Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. In this session, we are going to see web action and we're going to continue identifier and we're going to see one of the identifier point. It's a very straightforward and a very useful concept. The point uses a visual automation capability, means what you can see on the screen, visual automation technique, and it matches the point in the screen. Screen contains X and Y coordinate, and you can perform action on that particular coordinate, like click, selecting, identifying it. For example, this is the screen and you can see X and Y axis. And by means of this, you can able to locate and identify or perform an action on a specific coordinate on the screen. It's going to be very useful when our earlier identifiers does not work, that is DOM or XPath does not work for us. We could use point and perform action on that and interact with the screen. Let's see an example and see how does it work. Let's jump into that. In this example, we are going to see our regular web app, which is Investopedia. So we'll be using Investopedia example and we'll perform the same action using a point. So as I discussed, point is a specific location of the screen. Like for example, this location, for example, this location, for example, this location, for example, this location. It is that specific location, which is X and Y. So now the big question here is, hey, how do you find which location am I, which is a very critical information. To help that, we have one very interesting tool which we can use, which is called MPos, which is mouse point position tracker. Let me show you that. So to install that, go to your favorite browser. In my case, I'm using Google Chrome, and provide search box. You can provide github.com/bluegerms/mpos. So it's a very interesting project, which is an open source project, freeware, which you can use. If you can see, it has all the details. It has a feature which provides you all the details on the screen, where things are with the more details on the cursor. Go over there, you have a download link here, which you can use it to download it, as well as you have a download link here, which you can use it to download it. Let's click on that. So it will take you to sourceforge.net. And you can download the latest version. Download that. So when you download it, it may take some time, and download it. It downloads into your download location of your browser. Go to the folder, and you can extract. Right click on it and say extract all. Should give you a folder like this. In that, you have an application called MPos. Double click on the application. You should see the screen like this. So you have a lot of options, and you can move this screen, which gives you X and Y coordinate, which is a physical X and Y. If I take on top, it's 0. If I move it, it's an X coordinate, which is basically X values are moving on in the side. So if I go down on the screen, Y value is going. So if I go on a specific location on a screen, I can see X and Y is changing based on the location of the screen. It also have other properties which we can use it. Very helpful when you are visually interacting with the screen. It also have a Control+Alt+X to capture the position. Let's say I'm in this position. I want to know what this position. Press Control+Alt+X. You can see your exact position, so you don't have to really remember or know where you are and at what scale you had it, right? So it gives you precise location where you are, like in this position. So if I need to know here in this position, you can say Control+Alt+X, it will give you that position. And this is very helpful when you want to really click on a few places or few items. Let's use this tool and apply point identifier example. So let's get started and say /identifier, and we're going to use point. And let's launch. Copy the URL, say /launch Investopedia. So this should launch our Investopedia. So once I launch it, I would like to perform same operations, which we did. We click on education link, then you click on back to Investopedia homepage or logo, and then you click on search. So we'll perform all these three operations exactly the same way using point example, and we'll use click as an example to perform these activity. So let's open this and let's define what we are trying to do first, and then we'll try to bring all the points which we are going to click it to perform those action. For example, we have this. So this is launch. Next, click education. And then say click, we provide the value. Say after that click, Investopedia, click, like say keep it empty. And so after click, let's give some wait time. So let's say wait 5 seconds and wait 5 seconds. And then after clicking, let's say we are going to click search icon and say click, and let's just keep it blank and say wait 5 and then finish. So now we have captured all of them. Let's try to get these coordinates and then fill in these these places. So point specify x and y coordinates. So let's get a x and y coordinate of education. So x and y coordinate of education is 391 is x and 115. So if you cannot see properly because there is a screen, you have a couple of options in it. You could go here and you can say dark mode. So you can see really clearly what's happening. And you can basically remove them. You can remove them by deleting them. So now let's try to capture education. Let's say education I want to capture, press Ctrl Alt plus X. You should see the coordinate of education. So once I click education, then I wanted to go and try to get this value, which is Investopedia. So let's go and grab this as well by pressing Ctrl plus Alt plus X. So you got now second coordinate, which is Investopedia link. Let's go and get the third one, which is what we want to click it, which is search icon. So search icon, let's go and grab again Ctrl plus Alt plus X. So now you can see you have all the three values. So you can just go here and say, hey, education first coordinate was 388, which is x, comma 119, which will click education. Then the next one was, which is a logo, which is 1333, comma 119, which is 19. And then last but not least, which is search icon. Search icon was 1183, the third one, which is correctly selected. And you can say comma 115. This is what it is. So let's test this if it's going to work. Let's close this. I'm going to keep this coordinate on, and then I'll show you what needs to be done. If you need to debug it, we can debug it. Let's shrink this a little bit small. We technically don't need it. Let's save this file. So go file, say save as or save, and go to your desired location, point identifier, point example dot tag, save. This is saved. Let's fire our command prompt. Go to cmd, say command, and go to your desired location where you have your code or TagUI script available. So I'm going to bring it here so that we can able to even see what's happening. UI, say identifier point example. And this is what we wanted to try. Now we have a point example, and then minimize it, and let's hit enter. Hit enter and launch the site. So we wanted to click education. It clicked on education link. Now we wanted to click on Investopedia. It clicked on Investopedia, back homepage link. And we want now to click on the search link. So it did click on a search link. So, and then it finishes now. So this is an example which shows how to use point. So this finishes our identifier example for point. It's very useful when we need to click on a specific location on the screen. Thank you for watching. We'll see you another one.